The mind of a kleptomaniac, understanding the urge to steal. Kleptomania, a term derived from the Greek words klepto, to steal, and mania, madness, refers to an irresistible urge to steal items, regardless of their value or necessity. Unlike petty theft or organized crime, kleptomania is considered a mental health disorder that falls under the umbrella of impulse control disorders. People with kleptomania may steal not for profit or need, but because of an overwhelming, uncontrollable compulsion. Understanding the psychology behind this behavior is key to both treating the disorder and deconstructing the social stigma surrounding it. The root of the urge: emotional and psychological triggers. The mind of a kleptomaniac is complex, driven by psychological and emotional factors that go far beyond simple theft. For many, the act of stealing is not about the object itself, but the emotional release or satisfaction they experience in the process. Research suggests that kleptomaniacs often steal as a way to cope with deep-rooted emotional issues, such as stress, anxiety, depression, or feelings of inadequacy. For some individuals, stealing can be described as a form of self-medication. Stealing provides a temporary sense of relief from overwhelming emotions. The tension before the theft and the sense of excitement or power during the act create a rush of dopamine, the brain's feel-good neurotransmitter. This chemical response leads to a brief but intense feeling of pleasure or satisfaction, making it difficult for the individual to resist repeating the behavior. For others, stealing might be tied to feelings of control. The impulse to take something that does not belong to them can be a way of asserting dominance or reclaiming a sense of power in a life that may feel out of control. This can be especially true for individuals who feel marginalized, powerless, or misunderstood in their everyday lives. The psychological landscape of kleptomania. Kleptomania is not merely about stealing, it is about the compulsion that accompanies it. People with this disorder experience a growing sense of tension or anxiety leading up to the theft. Once the act is completed, there is often a sense of relief or even euphoria, followed by guilt, shame, and remorse. However, these negative emotions typically do not stop the behavior. They may actually feed into the cycle, driving the individual to steal again to experience the emotional release. One of the most challenging aspects of kleptomania is the lack of rational thinking. Unlike individuals who steal for material gain, kleptomaniacs are often aware that their actions are wrong and that they don't need or want the items they steal. In fact, many individuals with kleptomania will discard or hide the items after stealing them. The stolen object, often of little to no monetary value, can be a symbol of the compulsive nature of the disorder itself rather than a desire for the item. The psychology behind kleptomania is also shaped by the individual's past experiences and upbringing. Those with a history of childhood trauma, neglect, or abuse may be more likely to develop impulse control disorders, including kleptomania. The behavior may serve as an attempt to fill an emotional void or to cope with feelings of unworthiness. The role of genetics and brain chemistry. Genetic predisposition plays a significant role in the development of kleptomania. Studies suggest that there may be a hereditary link, with some individuals more prone to impulse control disorders than others. A family history of mental health disorders, such as obsessive-compulsive disorder, OCD, depression, or addiction, can increase the likelihood of developing kleptomania. Furthermore, research into brain chemistry and structure has found that abnormalities in certain brain regions, such as the prefrontal cortex and the limbic system, may contribute to impulsive behaviors. The prefrontal cortex is responsible for decision-making, impulse control, and regulating emotions, while the limbic system is associated with pleasure and reward. An imbalance in these areas can lead to difficulty controlling impulses and a heightened desire for pleasurable experiences, even if those experiences are harmful or illegal. Some scientists believe that kleptomania may share similarities with other compulsive behaviors, such as gambling or substance abuse, as all of these disorders are driven by a craving for the emotional highs that come with the act. The connection between pleasure-seeking behaviors and brain chemistry highlights the complexity of the disorder and the difficulty kleptomaniacs face in controlling their urges. The social stigma and misunderstanding of kleptomania. Despite being a recognized mental health condition, Kleptomania remains widely misunderstood. Many people view kleptomania as a mere character flaw or criminal behavior, rather than a disorder that requires treatment. This social stigma can be particularly harmful, preventing those suffering from kleptomania from seeking help and further isolating them from society. The shame associated with stealing can prevent individuals from speaking openly about their struggles, fearing that they will be labeled as criminals or dishonest. This silence only perpetuates the cycle of secrecy and shame that often surrounds kleptomania. As a result, treatment is often delayed or ignored, and the individual may continue to struggle in silence. It is also important to differentiate kleptomania from typical theft. While a person who steals for financial gain or out of malice may know what they are doing, the kleptomaniac's actions are often driven by uncontrollable impulses. Treatment and therapy for kleptomania focus on managing the underlying psychological triggers and helping individuals develop healthier coping mechanisms. Treatment and management of kleptomania. Kleptomania is treatable, though it requires a multifaceted approach that addresses both the psychological and emotional aspects of the disorder. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is one of the most effective treatments for kleptomania. CBT helps individuals recognize and change the patterns of thinking and behavior that contribute to their urges to steal. Therapy may also involve techniques to manage stress, reduce anxiety, and build self-esteem. In some cases, medications such as selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, SFRIs, or mood stabilizers may be prescribed to help control impulsive urges and regulate mood. These medications can help balance brain chemistry and reduce the compulsion to steal, making it easier for individuals to resist the urge. Support groups and counseling can also play a crucial role in the recovery process. Connecting with others to understand the struggles of kleptomaniac can reduce feelings of isolation and provide a safe space for sharing experiences and coping strategies. Kleptomania is a complex and often misunderstood mental health disorder. The mind of a kleptomaniac is driven by powerful emotional and psychological forces that make it difficult for individuals to control their impulses. While stealing may seem like a simple act, for those with kleptomania, it is a manifestation of deeper emotional pain and a desperate need for release. Understanding the underlying causes of kleptomania and approaching it with empathy and treatment can help those struggling with this disorder regain control of their lives. With the right support and care, it is possible to manage the urge to steal and lead a fulfilling, law-abiding life. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Drop a comment with your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one.